Real Weird News, Volume 2, or Space Tech and UAP Monthly. As technology exponentially increases efficiency day by day, it's no wonder that the news cycle is literally peppered with these tantalizing little morsels. Now that we've emerged from this dark winter, be prepared for a very strange spring. This edition will focus primarily on space and UAP-related stories. Number 1. For some reason, the concept of Dyson spheres has popped up quite frequently in the news as of late, at least to me. What is a Dyson sphere and who came up with this idea? Let's start with the latter. Freeman Dyson imagined the concept, and he's not to be confused with the inventor, Sir James Dyson, the vacuum cleaner guy, but the British-American theoretical mathematical physicist. He's best known for his work in quantum field theory, astrophysics, nuclear physics, and engineering. As part of his work, he performed numerous thought experiments which led him to incredible conclusions, one being the concept of a Dyson sphere in 1960. The idea of a Dyson sphere is this: an advanced civilization who were capable of traversing space would eventually get to the point in their growth when their energy needs increased so much as to require fully harnessing the power of the sun. A megastructure would be built around the sun to collect most of the energy. Dyson proposed looking for evidence of these structures around other stars in an attempt to discover intelligent life elsewhere. The concept is just wild to me. To build a Dyson sphere, we basically have to destroy the entire solar system. The sun is so massive when compared to the rest of the nearby raw materials. But the idea is to first build a tiny section of the sphere. The section will provide enough power to proceed to the next step, which is completely dismantling Mercury for the raw materials to continue work on the sphere. And if the goal is to completely encase the sun, we need to use Venus and some of the outer planets and every asteroid we can lasso. The potential horrors of the Dyson sphere doesn't stop with the total destruction of the solar system, but a pair of researchers prepared a paper that discussed the numerous ways in which humans could achieve immortality or resurrection. They detailed the various ways DNA from deceased individuals could be collected for upload to the simulation. An AI would construct a simulated afterlife to house the simulations of past human lives. To power such a project, a Dyson sphere would need to be constructed. All this sounds really frightening to me. Number 2. It seems like there are multiple daily launches into space, and many of these launches leave debris in orbit around the Earth. Much of this eventually succumbs to gravity, but not always. The estimated amount of space junk orbiting Earth is at least 26,000 individual pieces that are softball size or larger. If a satellite or spaceship collided with the object, it would be catastrophic. There are also 100 million additional grain of sand sized pieces. These small fragments can go right through a spacesuit. There are 2 companies that are trying to tackle the difficult job of space debris removal. Space Sanitation Company, if you will. Astroscale has built a spacecraft capable of grabbing a satellite and slinging it toward the Earth to be burned up. The craft is going to be launched with an attached satellite. Once they are in orbit, they will detach, and the craft will spend the next few months practicing the proposed maneuvers. This project can't deal with the existing space junk, but if the tests work, perhaps future satellites will be fitted with this company's docking system. Astroscale has an innovative approach, but all the current space junk will have to be handled by a different company or agency. The Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, uses a net to ensnare junk. The European Space Agency has plans for a 2025 launch of a craft that has 4 arms which can collect debris. Number 3. Former intelligence director John Ratcliffe went on record and stated, "Unidentified aerial phenomena are reported all over the world, and there are many sightings that have not been made public. Some of those have been declassified. And when we talk about sightings, we are talking about objects that have been seen by Navy or Air Force pilots, or have been picked up by satellite imagery that frankly engage in actions that are difficult to explain, movements that are hard to replicate, and we don't have the technology for." Radcliffe also freely admitted that these objects are seen traveling at speeds that exceed the sound barrier without a sonic boom. Seems like a huge revelation to me, but I really haven't seen much attention being drawn to it. "I actually wanted to get this information out and declassify it before I left office," Radcliffe said, "but we weren't able to get it down into an unclassified format that we were able to talk about quickly enough. The forthcoming report is to be issued by the Defense Department and intelligence agencies when an unidentified aerial phenomena is identified," Radcliffe says. "Analysts try to explain it as a potential weather disturbance or a routine spectacle." Number 4. On March 25th, Senator Marco Rubio casts doubt on whether the UAP task force would be able to meet the June deadline for disclosing all information on UFOs submitted to Congress. Trying very hard to skirt the line between curiosity and alarmist, Rubio admits that these objects have been seen over military installations and assets. He also said that if these things aren't of alien origin, they must be China or Russia with technologies that have far surpassed ours. These types of reports and interviews are being covered by Fox Business News and Popular Science magazine. Number 5. Stories continue to surface of naval encounters with UAPs. It was reported this month that back in July 2019, Navy ships were completely surrounded by a swarm of unidentified drone-like craft. Silk Road Plus. We're back, folks. Not as a dirty, dusty little path with cryptic, shady deals around every turn, but as a paved 12-lane superhighway, sparkling fresh in the form of a new streaming service. You put your trust into us once, and boy did we deliver. Let us wow you again with some quality entertainment that you deserve. You won't find this anywhere else, probably because most, if not all of our content has never been allowed to air in the first place. We're a brand who's not afraid to take risks. Want to join us in our streaming service? Silk Road Plus. Silk Road Plus, where the risks are high, but the rewards are great. What do you get with Silk Road Plus? Number 1, exclusive access to our deep dish dark web archive full of puzzles and ARGs. An interactive mercenary body cam. Snuff film fun pack, dramatizations of course. Our wonderful war crimes footage files, and much, much more. All streaming directly into your eyeballs from our new app. You'll also have access to exclusive premieres of Silk Road original series. Hit Ma'am. She's taking their lives. Hit Ma'am. Don't worry, she can handle it. Since this is a Silk Road production, one very special individual involved in the project has signed away their life to the company. We are completely in control of their fate. The risks are high, but the rewards are great. For their family, not for them. Okay. So God bless.